See if this works. Oh, I think it does. Oh, we're live. No way. Oh, this signed me off. 1 second. I don't have permission to view that page. Okay. Weird. Welcome back. Hey, thank you. We are back. Pop out chat. There we go. Bring chat over here. Welcome in. Let's see, sorry, I'm trying to manage my windows here. A lot going on. Can y'all hear me okay? I sound fine? Is this using the right microphone? I like poorly set up my stream before I jumped into this. Yeah, using the right mic. Time code tutorial, please. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. I have a project I need to work on, which I should move where my face cam is probably. Where did I move it to? I don't know. Put it down here for now. Hopefully that's not an issue. Okay, I need to put this on a window where it won't get covered up. Okay. We're here in Capture. Got a nice little setup here. Actually, 1 second. Alright, I'm just gonna post on Instagram real quick before we dive in. Let everyone know that we are live. Here we go. Add a link. Oh, I need the link to my YouTube channel. Share, copy, paste. Well, actually, I should share that. There we go. Try this again. Uh, bu- 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 There it is. Perfect. All right. We're here. We're cooking. Doing good. What's up, y'all? Cool. Let's get cracking. So over here, you should be able to see. I don't know how well this is gonna work. So we're gonna try this. Test. Okay. All right. Y'all can hear me. I have to speak kind of loud. But if I move stuff around here, theoretically, you should see it move over there. Yeah. Perfect. Got it set up. So today we're making a show file from scratch. Which I'm actually. I'll get some music for me. I don't think y'all will be able to hear it. But I will. Aha. God. What is this? I'm getting distracted. There's like stuff going on in OBS I've never seen before. I'm streaming on YouTube, which is different. I want to get my chat on my OBS, but it doesn't really like it. Like it doesn't take the pop out. Whatever. Oh, did I get it? Kind of. Not very useful. Oh, there we go. That works. Got it. Sick. Well, I'll be here anyways. Okay. Perfect. We're cooking. So, yeah, so we're making a show file from scratch. We're doing lighting for a party. And all I've done so far is I've patched my fixtures. So everything from patching onwards is what we're doing today. Oh, and I've made my colors too. So I think we're going to start by making a layout view, which is going to be interesting because you can see everything's pretty spread out here. We kind of run through the rig real quick. So here, these lights on our truss, these are 80J LB18s. They're linear bar lights, pretty sick. For how cheap they are, they're pretty awesome lights, and can't complain about them, really. Pretty solid, honestly. And they have a 94 CRI, which is incredible. Coming off of that, we have some PARs, which is just going to be doing some area lighting for the most part. So you can see the back towers have 2, and the rest have 1 each. Those are Colorado. Colorado 2 quad zooms. They're pretty beefy. Kind of heavy for PARs, but they're kind of old now. Next up, we have a handful of Elation Platinum Beam 5R Extremes. So these guys will be our eye candy for the stage. You can see there in the middle. Past that, we have some Lecos, which don't really show on here. Here we have 4 Claypacky Scenius profiles. These are older lights. They're pretty beefy, like 97 pounds each. And those are going to be like our area wash and gobos. Past that, we have these 4 Maverick MK2 spots from Chave. These are also going to be providing some gobo support and just, lighting up the general area. towers on the back are more just like filler. Um, just kind of make sure the mood is set and the area is lit. Um, and then we have some more ADJ Ultra LB18s on the stage, just for some backlight for the artist. And we have our blinders on top of where the video wall is going to land on that truss that's floating. And then we also have a handful of wireless Freedom Pars that are going to be placed randomly throughout the event. And there's going to be uplighting trees, but we're going to incorporate it into our programming so they kind of copy and go off of like the other lights in the rig and, you know, keep the mood going no matter where you are in this area. Because this is a pretty big area. I don't know if this like visualization gives it justice, but it's a, you know, it's an outdoor pool, a public pool, so rather large. Yeah, I also don't know where to set my camera, like for the best area to program, but for now we'll leave them here. That's our whole rig, so we got to play with. In reality, there's going to be about 40 of those uplights scattered about, and wirelessly DMX through a flare con. Cool. So I wonder, I don't think it's going to mirror my screen quite exactly, but we'll see. So if I get rid of this, oh yeah, it does. Okay. I'm going to create a layout view because that's the first thing I like to do when making a show file. It's just to place all my fixtures and get an idea for where they land, and it just makes programming faster anyways. On the bottom here, we're going to go to pools and we're going to set a layout pool. Or sorry, no. These are going to be my worlds on the bottom. And then on the right hand side, we're going to set a layout pool. So this is kind of like my go-to setup for making a show file. And I'll do a quick save. Cool. So now we can start putting our lighting fixtures into the layout view. And how we're going to do that is we are going to select what group we want. And so here, actually, I'll do it on my computer so y'all can see what the actual steps are here. I need to put this in. And y'all can feel free to ask questions if y'all have any while I'm doing this. But we're going to come up here to, oh, you can't see my mouse, but we're going to select, I'm actually going to start with, oh, here, I'll keep highlight on too so we can see what we're selecting. Oh my gosh, I haven't used on PC in such a long time. Highlight, there it is. Okay. So this will be a good starting point. Let's place down our pars first. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna go over to our main window here. We're gonna hit store, and then we're just gonna click into our layout pool 1. And now click it again. There's our fixtures. Now we need to place these in a circle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on setup. I should probably make it so I can see my mouse, shouldn't I? We're gonna do a little finesse here. Let's see. Let's capture. Let's do display capture. MA2 display. I think it's this one. Nope, not that one. This one. There we go. Oh, that's all you can see now. Drop it down a little bit. There we go. All right, now you can see the shenanigans going on here, and you can see my mouse. Perfect. That's probably a lot better. And then I have my Twitch stream here, which I'm going to. Oh, actually, I can keep it there because y'all can't see it. Cool. It's healthy, beautiful. So we like to see. Okay. You can see my tabs. There we go. All right. Yeah. So we're gonna set up here, and in this window up here, actually, we'll be able to see a range, and let's just see where a circle puts us. Decently circular thing. Radius needs to be quite a bit higher. Instead of 4.5, let's bump it to like 10. We need some space between our lights. That's probably fine. We'll see where that lands us. So if we start nexting through our lights here, we'll see, we'll zoom the fit so we can see where we are selected in here. Okay, so I should make my capture a little bit darker actually. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Yeah, we can properly see what's going on. Okay, so I don't really know exactly where I'm going to be sitting during this, but I assume I'm going to be somewhat side stage. So I'm actually, I don't know how I feel about this, Steve. Is that one? Well, one, it's just straight up backwards. Oh, and it's out of order. Okay. So out of order and backwards. All, yeah. It's all sorts of wrong. So I'm just going to do this from my console. Now I've shown it because it's just easier for me. But I am going to answer a quick text. uh, all right. So I think being in the orientation, assuming I'm sitting side stage, I want it to be so the top of my layout view is going to be the fixture farthest from me. So this guy is about where I want it to be. However, the rest of his friends are not. This guy, so like, here, let me put the visualizer. So it's like from this angle. Something like that. That'll help us get going. And then I am just gonna come into here and just move these guys around with the console. I know these guys are basically on top of each other. And then, you know, I'm just gonna select all of them and do it like this. So yeah, that's right. That one's not right. So that needs to go up and over. Call it somewhere around there. This guy actually goes between them. Actually, there we go. Okay, next one is way over there, which this needs to come up and over. This one's over here. Put it roughly there. Keep some of our circle. So it's by the stage. This one's on the other side of the stage. And this guy's way over here. That guy, come down. Where am I going? There we go. I'm actually gonna move these guys over here, and these guys over here. Now I'm going to, just for sake of keeping things, you know, easy to see and understand, I'm gonna start color coding my fixtures. Let's see, I think I'm just gonna pull up the Twitch, or not Twitch, the live stream chat on my phone here. Might be easier for me to manage while I'm looking around. How do I actually? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. You can add a goal. That's cool. Okay, cool. I have it on my phone now. We're good. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna color code these guys. So I have a macro here, which is an appearance macro, which I can just show you what that looks like. Go over here, pulls macro. I can barely read my screen; it's so tiny. All right, these are all my macros I have in the show file that I've made, and then I have this appearance one, which is just appearance at. If you do that, whenever you use it, we can click it, and then you can see it loads it into the command line here. And then I can click on whatever I want, and it brings up the color picker. And I don't know why, but I like my parts to be blue. So I'm going to do that, please. And if I click off that, you can see, there you go, that's not blue. Now what I want to do is come over here. Notice we're still in setup. Selected all of my par fixtures. And actually, if we go to here, it says style. We can change the border color, and we can make it that blue. And now if we unselect these, you can see their borders are now blue. Beautiful, ain't it? Cool. Next, we can do our beams here. So same thing, I'm gonna hit, I have the group selected, hit store, and this time I can just click into the actual like viewfinder of the layout view. So I'm just gonna place them right in the center there, and it's gonna prompt me if I want to overwrite, merge, or remove. I'm gonna hit merge. There we go, so now they're there. And now I'm just gonna hit next. I'm in highlight here. You can see where my fixtures are there. And we're just gonna place them. So I know these guys are here, which actually it's the inside one, so I'm gonna do that. This guy's here. Perfect. This is the far one. And this guy here. Far one again. Perfect. So now if I go into that group actually, or that world, by exit setup like that, these guys and that, just next through those, make sure they're in the right order. Beautiful. Hit that. I'm actually going to store that as beams symmetrical. There we go. So now we got a symmetrical beams group. And it's symmetrical because I just made a line selection. I don't have to do anything fancy with it. Let's see here. Save my show file. Take a sip of my water. Perfect. And let's give these guys a color. My beams, I'm gonna make them orange. Why? I don't know. Just because I want to. I can select that. Set up. Watercolor. Orange. Does that follow me? Yeah, I think it does. There we go. Now they're orange. Save show file. Always save your show files. And actually, something I'll show y'all. My little secret. I actually have, if I show you here, it didn't show it on here. But, anyways, I have 5 USB drives plugged into my console. One of them is my master drive, and 4 of them are plugged into a USB dongle. And I wrote this macro here, and basically it just saves to a drive, selects the next one, saves to that, selects the next one, and on and on and on. And I have it doing up to 7 drives by the looks of it, which is more than I'll ever plug into a console. But that way, I always have backups. I have the backup on the console, I have a backup on my PC, and then I have 5 backups on USBs. And one of them being my master drive that has like all my macros, my bitmaps, my most of my show files, and also fixture profiles, which I highly recommend y'all do that too, because it will save you someday, I promise. Life hack. There you go. Okay, moving on. So we've placed our beams. What's next on the list here? I didn't make the color here orange as well. There we go. I don't really care too much about the Lecos. I'm not going to place them in. They're just stage wash, and they're not really super important. They don't need to do any effects or anything, so I'm not going to program those into the layout view. Scenius profile. So those are round towers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. So what we're going to do, or merge into our layout view and start just placing these guys. Oops, I am not in the right mode here. There we go. This one is here. That's there. Perfect. So now if we go to our Scenius world here, because those are higher. There we go. That's what we like. Since I moved those up, I'm going to nudge this guy up a tad bit. Just for the sake of my OCD. The Scenius, these Thruster Boys, they can be purple. Once again, I have no rhyme or reason to why I click what. And I'm actually going to delete that and then go into here, select those, store profiles. And we're going to make these pink again, or magenta, whatever you fancy people want to call it. Perfect. Go back to our full world, save. Moving on. What's next? What's next? What's next? Our Maverick spots. Easy enough. Place them in, store, select them in order, hit next, and we'll start moving them around. These are actually going to be below our pars here. the way I have it programmed. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna overwrite that. Cool. There we go. Save our show file. And I've always made these green for whatever reason. I don't know. Something I've always done. Border color, green. Go. Boom. Save all. Go back to our core world. Okay. The last thing we are going to add to this actually is going to be sorry. We're gonna add two more things to this. Our blinders and then our stage LB18s. And you'll see why we're not adding the ones on the towers to this layout view in a second. Because it's going to help us in the future. So I'm going to grab these guys. I'm just going to put them down here and pray they're in the correct order, which of course they're not. They're all flipped, which that's fine. Just take these guys. We're going to hit arrange. And we're going to go to rotate and just flip them 180. And we just got to do that for every single one, which is only 4, so it's not bad. Not scale. Rotate. Which y'all can't see me rotating them, but they're rotating, I promise. Now I can select all them. And they go in order, but yet again, their rotation is still flipped as a whole. So we're going to take those guys. We're going to rotate the entire ordeal. And now they're in order. Perfect. Take that guy, store, override, and I like making my blinders yellow. Which we're also going to do the same in our layout view. Elements, yellow. Cool. I'm going to delete that and move that into there. We also, down here, I'm just going to do a little bit of cleaning. We don't need a world for our Licos, our elevations. Oh yeah, and I gotta put my freedom parts in here too. So got that in there. Now we are going to add our stage washes, which that's pretty easy. Just gonna place that in there. Position, move it over a little bit, see in the right order. Nope, it's gotta get flipped. Arrange, rotate, 180, apply. Now those are in the correct order. Which we're going to store over right into there. I'll make these guys red. Border color red. Go. Please. Store. Bam. All right. Our layout view is looking pretty good. We just need our freedom parts, which we'll just drop in here on the side. And those are our freedom pars, which I don't really care what order they're going to be in because they're just kind of be doing little eye candy stuff that doesn't really have a pattern. which is fine. We'll make these cyan. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I do care what order they're in. Yeah, so you see we have 4 groups, which I can better show. This. There's a bunch of lines up there. I don't know what that's about. Oh, you know what? These are guidelines from my Vectorworks file I was using to. That's so funny. I don't think I can even get rid of these. They're so tiny. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I was trying to align the towers in some way, and I guess I left it in there when I exported it. But anyways, these guys, you can see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which looks like they're already in the right order. So cool. Don't have to do anything about it. Just going to clean this up a little bit, make it a little nicer. Okay. And then, pro tip, if you want a nice clean layout view, click the little yellow ball. Under grid Y, click into that, type in a 0. No, I guess not. Oh, it wants me to click here. Okay. And boom, nice clean background. All right, cool. So we're looking good. Now we still have to patch all of the LB18s on the towers. And the reason why I'm not adding them into this layout view is because they're going to be pixel mapped or bit mapped, not pixel mapped. And if I added that to this, it's just going to get too messy. I'd rather just separate them out. It's just a little bit easier for workflow. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our group that has all of those, and we're going to store it into number 2. This is what it looks like. And if we zoom into that, you can see all those little fixtures, and that's a lot. So let's see, these are in the 200s. So what we're going to do, which is going to be a lot of fun, we're going to arrange all these one by one, but just in a line, and we'll separate them to make it kind of cohesive. Or it will tell the difference at least. So we'll do 201, please. Actually, you know what? Select all these first. And we're gonna arrange, rotate, and we're just gonna give that a little rotation. And this is gonna look really strange at first, but I promise there's a method to the madness. Okay, 201, please. So now I've selected 201. I'm gonna go to line, and then I'm gonna do like positive 10, 10. Sorry, 10 and 0. And if I hit apply, you can see now we have one of the lights here. However, it's probably upside down, which I cannot tell from this angle. So, okay. Hold on. Okay, there's our light. And I'm queuing through it. Oh, it's in the right order. There we go. So now we just need to do this 15 more times. Which, fun fact, there's a little hack to do this. And 100% of the time works 50% of the time. Just kidding. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 201 fixture, we're going to store it into a group on its own. And then we're going to take 202 through, was it 216? That should be all of them. Yes. And actually what we can do, we're going to store this into a group first. And then we're going to remove all of those. So now it's just our one. And then we're going to go to our command line, which if I type, does it show up? No. Okay. I'll do it from my computer then. So what we are going to do is go into our command line, and we're going to say, hello. My keyboard just not working in MA. Why is that not working? Okay, I'm doing it from my console, but I'll just say out loud what I'm typing. Because my computer's being weird. All right, we say if, and then it's gonna be layout 2 because we're in the second layout pool. No, sorry. It's clone, and then we're doing. We want to take the first one that we made, so that's the one on the screen. Is the first one. So we're gonna say if or clone group 12 at group 13. So it's gonna say, hey, take this arrangement and then apply it to the other ones. If layout 2, and then it comes up and it says clone 1 objects, and we're gonna hit merge. And just like that, we've made copies of our fixture. That way we don't have to go through it individually and finesse them. However, we still have to kind of spread them out. So what we're gonna do is just go 202, enter, and we're just actually, you know what we're gonna do because these are all kind of strange. We're gonna say 202 through 216. Just bump them up on the Y. Yeah, that's good. So that was all the same height. And I'll say 202. Wait, through 260. If I do this, that's gonna go on Y. Okay. 22. Move it the Y or the X. And I know those two are on a tower. However, 201. You know, that's fine. Yeah. 203. And I'm not like being too precise about this. Actually, I think I want to spread them out pretty nicely. 202. We'll put these at 10. No. 11. 203 at 13. 204 at 15. Yeah. 205 at 17. 206 at 19. 207 21. 208 at 23. 209 25. Yep. What was that? Which one did I just do? 208. Where did I send 208? 25. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Shoot. We're just gonna oops that back. There it is. Okay. 25. It's not. Oh, 23. Duh. I know how to count. Where ball? Question. Where balls? I don't know. Somewhere where they shall not be seen. My bad. 209. Let's 209. Wait, where did 208 go? Oh my god. Alright, hold on. There's 208. Jeez. 209. 25. 210. 27. 211. 29. 212. 31. 213. What did I say? 31, 33, 214, 35, 215, 37, and finally 216 at 39. Yes. In the fit. There we go. Bro, can a fixture from Capture can be edited to work on different fixture? Wait, can a fixture from Capture can be edited to work on different fixture? If it has the same DMX, I guess so. Like, whenever you address a fixture, it has different DMX modes, right? And each of those parameters, like one is, dim. Two is your red value. Three is your green value. Four is your blue value. As long as all of those match, you can technically use any fixture, but you have to find a fixture profile that matches it. You can make a fixture profile, but it's kind of a pain. And that's getting probably way too deep than anyone wants to. So, to answer your question, yes, just takes a little finesse. Hope that helps. Anyways, now what we can do is if we select our fixtures here, we start nexting through. Oh, all right, we're gonna have to make a. So I'm gonna save that because, I don't want to do that twice. How about if it don't match? If it doesn't match, then like your pan value could be like your dimmer, or doing zoom or something. It's if the parameters don't match, then your fixture just isn't going to work how you think it's going to work. Um, it would work in a very broken way. Like you might be changing the colors, and it would be like changing gobos, which is probably not preferred. But if you can manage with it, more power to you. Um, I'm jamming. I need to clean this thing. Okay. So now I need to make a selection of the LB18s because right now they're out of order and doesn't really work. So I'm just going to come through one by one and select all these. Just like so. I'm going from the top to the bottom of each row in order. And theoretically, these all should be turning on in order. Yep. And then we're going to store this here, and I'm going to call it Sim LB18 Towers. Save, and I'm not going to color these because they don't need it. Actually, I'm going to delete the old group because it's not relevant anymore. There we go. And we can remove our temporary groups here. We don't need them anymore. Save. Bada bing, bada bam. Perfect. How are y'all doing? We doing good here? Uh, Okay, so the reason why I did this in a, guess, a rectangle is because I want to be able to bitmap this, which is going to be very helpful in the future because I have this idea for making a chase effect that just like goes around. So to patch a bitmap, let me see. No, it's just MA. It doesn't like exports. Okay, it's fine. So to patch a bitmap, we actually need to patch a bitmap fixture. So here's my patch here. I'm actually going to add a new layer. Just call it. Oh, I can't type, so I'm gonna do it like this. Bitmap. There we go. From library, and it's actually gonna be from MA Lighting, but we'll just go into here, fixture, and type bitmap. I can see it showed up in the back. Perfect. And quantity, we only need one. I'm gonna put it at 2001. And then universe 90. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yes, I'm sure. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up that bitmap fixture, sort it to the corner there. Save all drives. Then I am going to go back into setup on my layout view. And then there's this little like, I don't know if it will show it. It's not. Here. I'll do it here. So when here, you get this little like box selection, and we're just going to literally drag a box over here. Bam. And here, visualization, we're going to say, does it say bitmap? I think it says bitmap. I can't read it. It's a bunch of mush. But yes. Perfect. Now what we can do is I'm going to store this as my main, please. And I'm going to clear my screen here. And then I'm going to add my groups. And then I'm going to add a image pool. And then down here, presets video. And I'm going to store this here. Bitmaps. And actually, when bitmaps happens, I specifically want it to be, no, please. Cool. And then main, I want it to be here. And I'm just going to rename these main and bitmap. Perfect. So now we have this, and we have this. And I'm just clicking through my pages I made. Okay, so going to our bitmap, I'm actually going to hit edit, and I'm going to select a bitmap tile. I'm going to say import image, which y'all can't see this, but I am now, I have to do this for my console because that's where I have the USB plugged into. These my drive. I'm going to go to my bitmaps, my bitmaps. I have a personal library that I've been working on to share with y'all, which is a little hint, hint. But there we go. Now we have a bunch of bitmaps in here. And now what we can do is we can select our bitmap fixture, and we're going to bring up the intensity on it. We're going to go into the video category, which I can do from here so y'all can actually see what's going on. Oh wait, it did. Oh yeah, it does update. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go to output. I'm gonna say layout 2 because that's what my bitmap is on. And then I'm gonna select an image. And now, check out what our lights are doing. Just like that. We have this nice bounce happening. Which is pretty awesome. And then we can switch through here. Playback speed. We'll set it to Speedmaster 1. And I'm going to make this Speedmaster. Oops. Now I can change the speed of it. You can see it doing the bitmap, which is pretty sick, I might say. But yeah, that's really cool. That's cool. It's like a bottom sweep and then a top sweep. Well, it's pretty cool. It's like I could take this, which is the bounce, and I can actually rotate. I can rotate the bitmap. Check that out. Look how nice that is, right? And it's so easy. Doesn't take any programming really. And, you know, we can go in and still change the color if you wanted to. Pretty sweet. Hold on, I'm going to decrease the variation on the fog. It's a little much. There we go. Just look at that nice soft fog. Or haze. Sorry, I probably offended half the lighting community by saying fog. There we go. Look at that. It's beautiful, right? I'm just gonna pull because I actually shut off my phone. Cool. I'm actually going to import some more because I think I have some. I do have stage sweeps. Yeah. Yeah. Super, super cool stuff. I also have these like random ones where we can speed up quite a bit. Get some fun little flickery bits going on. However, you can see this one looping, so it's not as cool, but still, like, I'll take it. Um, Very sick. You can see that this one right here is the middle one. It's running the middle animation. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to give y'all this. It'll be releasing soon. Uh, all right. Any questions for anyone who's tuned in? Anything not making sense? Cool. All right. So I am going to store store this one, honestly. Store that as a video. That way we can always recall it and just bring it up and it's ready for us. It's going to be really useful to have. Ooh, we also need to add our bitmap to the color selection here, so I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to go here, special dialog, and I'm going to move the special dialog over. So first thing we have is white. Easy enough. Store, merge, red, orange, yellow. Still pretty orange. That's pretty yellow. Lime. Green. Somewhere there. Doesn't matter too much because I'm just going to change these as soon as I get on site. I do my actual color calibration. This is just to get a ballpark. Cyan, blur, or lavender, and then blur. Kind of indigo, which is kind of purpley. Magenta. And then pink. Perfect. So now we can have that run and we can just click through here and it's perfect. Perfect. All right. Next thing to do, save that. I'm gonna make sure it's not seeing all my graphs. Seeing them now? Ah, there they are. I wonder if it sees it from the computer. No. Okay. I'm actually going to come in here, import image, and go up one. I guess I only have my bitmaps on here. Yeah. All right. That's fine. Cool. So that's bitmaps. Now we're starting to get somewhere with our programming. The next step I am going to take is doing positions. And this is going to be really interesting because it's like, yeah, I don't know where to position the camera to like do this. And I guess it's kind of going to be the same in real life. So I guess it's, you know, just how it is. What's this? Okay. Cool. Positions. What am I going to do my positions? And I'm actually going to grab all of my movers here, which I can bring up here. And then I'm going to zoom. And I'm going to zoom them all in to make them as narrow as possible. And focus them in. And I'm actually going to store that to an executor. And that way, I can just have that like that. And I can always see what I'm doing. I'm actually going to take out the dimmer though. I'm going to hold down store, remove, there. Perfect. So now I can just go into, and I'm going to make that a temp fader too. So I can have highlight on, grab these guys, and then theoretically, oh, because I zoomed it the wrong direction. Ha! Hold on. Let me redo that one. Now I can select the fixture that has zoom, and I can just zoom it in, and I have control over how much it's zoomed. So I'm making it a temp fader. So I'm gonna leave that up, and let's make a world that just has our movers. So I'm gonna move these over. Don't really care about that guy. Don't really care about that guy. I'm just gonna grab our movers here, store into there. And actually, you know what we can do is we can actually color code our worlds here to make it a little bit easier to see what's going on. And these are green. These are red. These are yellow. These are cyan. Cool. That's fine. Movers. Cool. So now we have our movers here. And you know what we should do? We should make a symmetrical mover selection. Now, most of my selections have been starting from Tower 1, which is the one on the bottom right of your screen there. Right by my head. I think it's this one right here. So it's actually going to be right here. That's going to be our number one fixture, which is going to be a little strange. But I am just going to do this and select like that. I think technically the next one's this one. Yep. Just like that. And we're going to store that as a group, and it's going to be called sim movers. And just click through, make sure I did the selection right. Yes. So I click through in a circle, and it goes in a circle. Perfect. That's what we like. Cool. So now we can get out of our full world, and we can see all the glory of our layout view. I'm going to move this over here. It's pretty irrelevant right now. And let's just see what happens when we bring up our movers. Oh boy. It's pretty chaotic. I think we'll just do one world at a time. So we're going to grab our beams here. I feel like, see, typically I have like my speed programming show file. I have these like, straight down, and then up, and then straight down, but fanned out, up, straight down, but fanned in, up, and then like a look, straight down and up. But but I don't know how that's really gonna work with this. Mm, and it's really hard to tell. I mean, like, I'm not really because these towers aren't going to be symmetrically placed in real life. It's kind of hard to like really make anything out of this. So I guess for now, yeah, we'll stick with the yeah, yeah. So we'll just do that. We'll just do straight 90s, cranking 90s. Not gonna worry about where they land position wise. Just what it is. So actually, first one I'm gonna do is straight down, and then we'll go up to like 30. Mm, maybe just like just touching the edge of the pool, not quite shining in the pool. We'll say 55. Yeah. Or you know what? Since we're doing off of angles, let's just go 45. I feel like it should be out further though. Yeah. Store that there. Then 90. I feel like that's quite a big jump, but it's all right. And then we want stuff in the sky, so we'll do 120. What happened? 120. And let's see how this looks. Yeah, fun little like pyramid shape going on here. That's cool. I like that. I don't think we need one going straight up. So let's just click through and look at different angles. Let's see. How's this feeling? Yeah, it's like in there, not terrible. And then we'll go to our next position. Just straight out, which I feel like this is going to be how it's going to be living for the most part. This is going to be the main look here. Or maybe not the main look, but somewhere in the 90-degree range is probably where, like, yeah. So now we have that for all of our lights here. Now we can make looks for them. So I think the easiest thing to do is probably like X's. Just start with that. See where we go from there. So we'll do a matrix interleave of 2. We'll select the odds first, and we will actually go to there, and then we'll do 45. I suppose you can't really tell. 45. Let's go negative 45. And then hit next, and these are going to be the positive 45. We'll hit set, and yep, it's chaos. Perfect. Store that into there, and then we'll just come here, 90. Go here. What did I do for this one? Let's just call this 60. And then to 0. Cool, and then we'll go back up again, and we'll just do the opposite. So we will get our matrix on. We'll hit next, and we're just going to flip it. And now we hit set. Now we get those X's. That's that one. 90. 60. 0. Okay, so we got those pretty easy. Now for the sauce. This is my secret sauce. So what I like to do is I like to grab my movers and I'll put them to a random position. And then I'm actually really quickly going to temporarily make a effect pool down here, and I will do this on my computer so y'all can see. We're gonna click into it with our selection, and we're gonna do pan and tilt, and then we're gonna make it a circle, and of course wings of -2 and then +2, and set it to Speedmaster. Oops, Speedmaster 1, and then we're gonna hit play, and it's gonna go berserk because I have it way up and I need to decrease my rates here to something around 0.2. Much more manageable now. Okay, so this is how I make my random effects. And this is a little interesting because everything is just kind of going crazy. So actually, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing I just did, but I'm gonna make it a non-selective effect. -2, -2. Okay, and then I'm gonna select my beams and tell it to run that effect, and then I'm gonna put them at this position. Okay, so now we can see we have our symmetrical pan and tilt going on. And what I'll do is I'll just like pause it at random moments and get little looks that I like. And the more fixtures you have, the more impressive this looks. But yeah, so I'll just kind of scroll through and I'll be like, I like this. This right here, that's the look. I'm gonna hold down store, and then in the store options, it's gonna come up here. You know what? I think I could do it on here. We'll hold down store. So it brings up this little dialog here. And then we're going to say data source, and we're going to say output. And then we're going to store into a position pool. And because it's a position pool, it's not going to store any other information besides pan tilt. We'll do that there. And now what we can do is if we bring this up, we have our positions, right? Yada, yada, yada. But we also have that one we just made. Then we can take this look and then hit the circle effect again and make it go off of that. And now you kind of see where this is going, where you can just kind of keep adding and adding and adding. So I actually saw 2 looks there that were pretty cool. This one's pretty sick. I feel like I'm going to be hitting a lot of people in the eyes, so I'm actually going to keep going. And so I saw that other one. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's somewhere around here. Hold on. Just take a look at the cycle. There's one moment where it's just like, yeah. Maybe we will do something like this where it's like, yeah, let's do this one. So I'm just going to do the same thing I just did. I'm going to hit store, click on output, and then that's the next one. And then go to that one, start running the effect, and see what comes from that. Oh. Let's say I'm getting bored of this. We'll change the look. And then tell it to run. So I think it's a little too close to the ground, so we'll do this one. Well, I like this. It's like the inverse of the first one. So we'll store that output. Click into there. Tell it to go. That's pretty wild. There's some cool stuff in this. I like the little X's it's making. Yeah, that's killer. I gotta save that one. Output, store, bam. And just keep going with it. Just have fun. Or it's looking. Oh, that's cool. I don't like how the ones hitting the ground are like really hitting the ground though. Which you can always go back and like adjust these, obviously. Um, like let's say, like okay, so we have. Let's turn off the effect here. So these are our positions that we've stored. Right. And let's say, oh, I kind of like all these, honestly. Let's say those ones hitting the ground are like too close to the ground for whatever reason. Like it's too close to the bottom of the tower. Um, we can select those, and then we can move them, and then maybe spread them out a little bit. So like this, and then we'll grab our beams again, and now it's like that. However, that's too close. I want to clear the building. Okay, now let's grab our beams. Sick. There it is. And then we'll store merge into there. And now pretty sick, if I do say so myself. Pro programming tip. That's a big lifesaver and time saver for making really fast looks for clients. And you do that with the whole rig. In this case, I'm gonna do it section by section because I just feel like it's gonna be easier because this is kind of a weird layout for a stage. This is such like area based, if that makes sense. So next up, I'm going to do is Scenius profiles, and we can put them at a position here, and then run the effect. And I don't know if we're really going to get anything too fancy with these. Yeah, it's nothing too crazy. We have this one that's like straight out, um, which I don't know how I feel about. Keep looking around. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not really feeling too much about these. We'll add this one. Which we're going to store outputs. Then we're going to merge it into the ones that we made before. And then we'll grab that guy and let it run again. Store output. And then we'll go from there. Store output, merge. Nothing too fancy. Off the effect here. Merge. Okay. So now we have these effects. So you see how we're kind of just building on to our show. However, I might have to move some of these because that is hitting our stage. I don't like that. Is that hitting the stage? Oh yeah, it's totally hitting the stage. Okay, hold on. Change that guy up, which should be, I believe it's this guy. And we are just going to pan him. Oh, sure. Merge into there. Grab our fixtures again. That's fine. Yep. Cool. Sick. Cool. And then we're going to do the same thing with our spots in the background. So these guys, bring them to a position, maybe spread them out, and then run our effects. It's kind of cool. It's like a cross tower X. You know what? I'm for it. Go off of that. Once they both kind of come forward, that's pretty cool, I guess. It might make the ground a little dark, is all I worry about. Sure. So I think actually, let's get some fun in the pool. Yeah, honestly, a position like that would be huge because we're not having a lot of stuff going on the ground. Um, I might just take the Senius and then just tilt them down a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I was making sure we have good gobo coverage because these fixtures in the back are really meant for gobos. So, as a party goer, let's see what our view looks like here. I try to finesse capture and its impossible controls. So, chilling at the party, and Oh, that actually looks so cool from the ground. So I might actually remake my mover selection. Where it's gonna be like, yeah, that was it. So this is our symmetrical mover selection. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Like this is a good look. I'm gonna save that one as well. And we can actually bounce off of that as well. Which now I'm just maxing out the movers, so it's a little weird. There is a one bit where it's like, damn, everyone's getting blinded. It's pretty interesting. That's probably another good one. That feels like a lot's going on. Go off of that one. You know what I should do? I'm not liking any of these. Go back. Go back to these. Maybe we make it. My programming is very big on symmetry and whatnot. Like I don't like stuff that's not symmetrical. Okay. So I think that's enough of that. I'm going to delete my old symmetrical movers because it wasn't actually symmetrical, and this is the new sim movers. Perfect. That save. Perfect. Okay, and now we get to go through and label everything. So, um, down, floor, out, and air, air, x, x, air, x, x, out. That's not air. Out, x, x, out, out, x, x, out. Floor, x, x, out. Down, x, x, out. Down, XX in, down, XX, not down, lower XX in, out XX in, air, XX in, close 1, close 2, close 3, close 4, close 5, close 6. Perfect. That's how I make my positions. Pretty easy. Which I think some of these are beautiful. It's gonna be great for throwing gobos. Actually, I might take the movers in the back here, tilt them all up a little bit. Maybe finesse. Yeah, I just want to throw gobos everywhere. Merge. There we go. Just wanted this area to be as lit as possible. Which looks like it's gonna be pretty lit. Alright. Get all that. Get all that. How are we feeling? What a good spot. Kind of hungry. So we've been live for an hour and a half. Kind of hungry. I'm gonna order some food. Sorry, y'all. All right. What am I doing? Okay. So we can do gobos now. We got to fill out this whole page before we can get to the fun programming first. I think that's what we will do. As I fix my pants because they're getting tight. Okay. We're going to delete our effects here. Sorry. So we'll select our movers, and now all of our movers are going to have different stuff going on. So actually, to make this easy, I'm going to put them in a easy to see position. And I'm going to zoom them out actually this time. And then I'm going to store this as a executor and just put that up. So now they're always just set like that, and I'm not programming that. Now we can just go through our gobos. And probably have to do this fixture by fixture because it's going to be weird otherwise. Always store an open gobo, which it didn't. Oh, because I didn't beam. Well, try that again. Open, store, and then we'll just go down a list. Actually, I don't know. I think I might keep my beams separated from the rest of them. So actually, let me undo what I was doing here. I actually don't know if I want any of the beams to have their gobos going throughout the entire night. I don't even know if I want to use their gobos at all, actually, yeah. Let's see what they got. See if it's worthwhile doing gobos with these. I mean, oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, maybe there's a use for gobos for these, but I do want them to be separate from the rest of the lights. So I am going to cut that down, make this one bigger, and then go ahead and clear that out. We'll do a few gobos, a few select ones. So we'll do that one. Oh my god, I stored it in Beam again. That's fine. Now, these guys, not those. These. We'll store a open. That's a good texture. The rings are kind of fun. I think they'll like that one more though. Triangles. Very polka dotty. Pretty sure this one doesn't show as well though. Yeah, maybe we'll do the circles. And then we'll grab the triangles. That's good. Cool. Now we can grab all of our movers, and we are going to actually put all the gobas on there, and we're going to include it into here. So they're stuck like this. And we're going to select all our movers again. And then, oh no, do they all have different? They sure do. And I think I just stored a bunch of gobos that don't even rotate. I sure did, because for whatever reason that doesn't rotate. Second wheel does. Yep. Okay. All right. We're going to do this the long way then. I can take this guy and store it into there, merge. Perfect. Now I can take all these guys, start rotating them a little bit. All right. Make sure I'm not missing any questions in the Shaw. Okay. And also, we're gonna have to do these one by one because it's a pain. That's just how it is. So, first off, spinny boys. First thing I like to do is set a 0 point. And we'll set it there. And then find the max. They don't look like they're spinning. Because they're not. That's the fastest. And it's out of 50 and 100. And from there, I make like steps. So from 100, I'll go to like 90. Why did that make that like dead stop? Ah, because the curve is like insane. Okay. Yep, I was just spinning different directions. Nice. Okay. We'll just move this guy to there, that guy to there. Where'd I go this one? 59. Cool. That's one. Now for these guys. Go to go two. Find the stop point. Put in the middle. Actually, it could be stop. Ah. Okay. So we got the stop, which is 75. Those guys are zooming. No store there. This curve's a little bit more manageable. Perfect. Save our progress. Mavericks. Stop. That's interesting. 25 to 90? What kind of scale is that? What's the midpoint be? Oh, 100. Just still zoom in. True stop's about 60. I am just making this up as I go. Perfect. Okay. Now, prisms. This one, theoretically, should just be able to go in and still doing it one at a time. Oh wait, I want to separate those. Shit. Which actually, that being said, I might rearrange things here. Beautiful. Cool. Now everyone's happy. All right. There we go. Now we're getting this page mostly filled out. Getting to a decent spot. We can do focus real quick. Focus is so relative. Put every 20. There we go. Show file's coming along. It's looking good. Am I still streaming? I am still streaming. Okay. Very cool. How we doing, y'all? We're hanging out, feeling good. Hanging out. You can feel free to ask questions if y'all have any. It's pretty quiet today. I've been gone for a while. But finally getting back into it. Super, super busy. I'm glad I'm back. I think we're probably gonna wrap up here soon though, because I need dinner. And we're in a good spot. I think tomorrow when we come back, it's like a good point to start having fun and like really doing some fun lighting stuff. I should label these two. Vancouver prisms. You know what? It's fine. There you go. Everything's looking good. Just more tower bars. I think those two spots. Stage. Backlight. Binders. Bars. Bitmap. Lasers. Alright. Here we go. Open. Nope. There we go. Now we got everything in here labeled. Gonna stay organized. That's what we like. Yeah. Check out some of these guys. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. Oh, I haven't set because the beams are they're on a color wheel, so they just like do their best to get close. I actually need to add them to here. I actually really like this. It's pretty sick. And those beams are snappy. I mean, those are cooking. I need to update the little layout view here. It's beautiful. So we like. All right. I think I'm gonna call it for myself here. It was a good stream, productive. And we're in a excuse me. We're in a good spot to really start playing next time we come back to this and start building our pump page. Cool. Thanks for all of y'all who stopped by. I hope someone or some of y'all learned some stuff from this. That's the whole point of why I have this YouTube channel, is to teach y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna get myself some food and get ready for bed and do it all over again tomorrow. Anyways, y'all, you have a good one.